little different in the movie, but in the book, this commenter is right. The impression that we get is that Glimmer is supposed to be on watch. But I do think it's a bit more complicated than this. In a follow-up comment, the person said that if Glimmer had been awake, she probably would have noticed Katniss moving around in the tree, and maybe even noticed the nest falling in time for them to get away. I'm just not sure about that. Katniss is able to be very quiet in the tree. She's at least 80 feet up. I'm not sure any of the careers would have really been able to hear her, let alone identify what she was doing in time to do something about it. Like, my impression is that Rue points the nest out to her before the careers go to sleep. She climbs up to inspect it, and it doesn't seem like they notice anything amiss. Would they really have noticed her sawing very carefully at the branch in time to do something about it? Now, don't get me wrong, Glimmer falling asleep on watch absolutely did not help matters, and it's definitely what led to her being taken out by the tracker jackers because she fell asleep leaning against the tree. So she was right there when the nest fell, as opposed to just a little bit further away like most of the others were. But I'm not convinced she was a weakling for the careers. Most of them were pretty complacent, especially at that point. I don't really buy that Glimmer is the only one who would have fallen asleep on watch, or even did fall asleep on watch if they were rotating. We could just as easily say that they all misjudged by only having one person on watch at a time. Either way, though, I don't really see anything to suggest that Glimmer was uniquely arrogant or reckless compared to the other careers. To me, this kind of feels like how Katniss says the years where they don't win are often years where something happens to the food supply, because the careers put so much of their energy into training and then kind of bank on being able to secure the cornucopia with those skills, so they don't really focus on survival training. Sometimes that pays off, sometimes it doesn't. A lot of that just comes down to luck. What kind of arena you're in, whether or not something in the arena or another tribute is able to take out the food supply the way Katniss and Rue were. And by kind of this same token, part of why Glimmer doesn't survive, at least according to Katniss, is that she doesn't drop her weapon. The kids who survive drop everything and run for the lake, but it's clear that Glimmer hangs onto her bow because Katniss has to pry it out of her hands. Now, it didn't pay off here, clearly, but there are a lot of other situations where her hanging onto her weapon, even in the panic of an unexpected attack, would have benefited her a lot and hurt all of the kids who did drop theirs. I didn't even know that it made the difference. Again, Glimmer was right under the tree. She might have been doomed no matter what, but that instinct, which did differ from the rest of the careers, kind of to me says the opposite of arrogance and recklessness. She knows that she is reliant on that weapon to survive, and that probably would have served her well in a lot of other situations.